Ladies, it's time for us to have another talk. Another daddist talk.
Another sermon from the Book of Daddism.
Another sermon from the Book of Daddism. About how, honestly, nature is just totally unforgiving towards women, and there are women who find this out the hard way, and you don't have to be one of them. So this is not a judgment. This is not about berating you. This is not you've made bad choices or anything like this, but this is just a warning from your fellow sisters who have made bad decisions and now have to live with those consequences. You can avoid those consequences by not making those bad decisions. So this is why I love these lifestyle blogs and pages and stuff like that, where someone writes in, or they're like, oh well, this happened to me, what should I do, or this was my experience, because I don't think these are isolated, right? I think these are things that many people have happen to them, or they do, and they don't have any particular way of making this known to other people, right? And that's why they do these blogs. But anyway, this is of a woman, as the title says. I left my boyfriend because of Twitter standards. He could not afford 5-star holidays and fancy dinners. Is that a good reason to leave your boyfriend?
Like he's not rich enough. Yeah.
She says, when I started making more money than my boyfriend, I felt like Miss Independent, who needed a man who was on par with her. I started to view Bonga, which is the pseudonym that her boyfriend is given in this article, it's not his real name, differently, because he couldn't afford certain things. When I could go out with my colleagues or friends, we'd get attention at restaurants and clubs, and men would just settle our bills. This would make me question my relationship. It's not good, is it? There are men around me who are paying for my stuff. Why would the men around me be paying for my stuff? Because they want something from you. That's why. If you're a woman in a relationship, don't let some strange man pay for things, ever.
I mean, why do Tory donor to the Conservative Party?
Exactly. It's just
fun, sure.
Yeah, it's just for the laughs. But again, and I've said this before, gentlemen, for those watching, don't be in a relationship where your woman earns more than you. And I know that's going to sound. I look at your face, right? You're like, oh, well, hang on a second. That's not very argument. It's not very progressive. I'm a conservative. Sure, the woman should be the breadwinner.
No, it's not very practical.
It is practical, actually, I think. And the argument is just that there appears to be some kind of hypergamous instinct that is baked into human beings. Not all of them, and it's not like 100% all the time, but there's a general current that heads in this direction. And you can fight the current. You can be in opposition to it, but it's still going to be there. And it would just be easier if you just went with the flow. And the flow is that the man should be the breadwinner. That's what nature intends. Not even joking.
Okay, sure. But saying you shouldn't be in a relationship if the woman earns more than the man is pretty not thinking. Like, if you're in a situation in which you're working a dead-end job to get your degree or whatever.
Sure. I'm not. Well, this is the thing. I'm not saying in all times and all places this is just a categoric truth. What I'm saying is there is a general...
That's how you present it. That's how you present it. When you're like, the man should always earn more. I just
said it wasn't.
Yeah, but that's the problem, like your presentation then.
Yeah, but whenever you make a kind of broad generalization, a broad statement saying X should do Y, right? You're not saying there are no circumstances in which it can't be done. It's a should.
Right.
It's an imperative.
Men shouldn't be in a relationship.
Yeah. If I was to give advice to a young man, I would say be the breadwinner in your relationship. That's just the advice to the young man.
That's better framing.
Yeah, but then you should be the breadwinner, right? That's just that way it is, right? And like I said, I'm not saying that in all times and all places that there aren't going to be reasons that for you might not be the breadwinner while you're earning your degree, but then the point is so you can earn more money than her. But there just appears to be this kind of natural equilibrium in human relationships, and this is what she's seeing. She's like, well, I earn more than him, so I feel like Miss Independent. Why do you earn more than him then? Like, why do you want to earn more than him if this is like something that actually is something that affects you? But she says a day doesn't see. Now, there's lots of terminology in this that I'm actually not familiar with, so we're just gonna. I assume it's because it's Australian colloquialisms. A day doesn't pass where amadoda are not discussed on Twitter. I don't know what that is. Sayings like indoda, like a man must have money. Basically, it translates to. People say things like, what's the point of dating a broke man? Rather love yourself, sis. You shouldn't be paying for that dinner bill are some of the things that got to me. These standards, especially those that are prevalent on Twitter, affected my relationship and I started to view my boyfriend differently. So Twitter did this to her, right? The sort of selfish, materialistic attitude that people on Twitter expressed. So she started thinking, why am I paying for all these things? And it gets back to, well, I guess nature's asking the same question. Why are you paying for these things?
Yeah, but... I mean, in that example, she's getting dinner for herself or whatever. I don't know what the circumstances are. Why am I paying for this? Because you want it. I mean, that's That's how that
No,
works.
that's not what she's thinking. That's not what she's trying to say. She said she's viewing this as an aspect of her relationship that she thinks, well, hang on a second, I'm the woman here. I probably shouldn't be paying for this. The man should be paying for this. All these other men are prepared to pay for this. Why am I sat with this guy who's not paying for this?
But I mean, she said he didn't earn as much.
Yeah. But the question is, why is she with a man who doesn't earn as much?
Well, I don't know the circumstances.
Well,
like I said, there might be...
she'll tell us the circumstances in a minute. But the point is, this is the first foot forward. I had never voiced my concerns to Bonga because it would be insensitive. He has black tax and I don't. I don't know what that means. I assume.
Oh, this is because he's black and therefore he lives in a world where he has to pay more for things. You know, like the pink tax? Mm-hmm. Remember feminists were trying to push that years ago?
Okay, I've not heard the term black tax before.
Yeah, it's more nonsense.
But he earns less than me and there are certain things he can't afford. Again, ladies, why do you want to out-earn your man? You know, because essentially what you're saying when you are the breadwinner is, I'm the husband. And if you're like, oh, okay, you know, I'm not saying that doesn't work for some people, but I think for most people that probably doesn't work. That the woman is the husband in the relationship. I think for most people, the woman being the wife in the relationship is probably preferable, especially for the husband's ego. And as for the wife's expectations. You don't disagree. I can see you don't like it, but you can't disagree.
I wasn't trying to say.
Yeah, but the look on your face reveals it, Callum. You just like, I don't like where this is going, and that's because you're a conservative. Things took a turn in our relationship when I was yearning for more. I wanted to go on an international vacations or even local 5-star vacations, and besides Bonga was not able to afford them, he just wasn't even interested. I wanted to have cute date nights where he would dress up and go to fancy restaurants and I would post them on social media. And
I hate this lady already.
Right, exactly, because what she's looking for is the dopamine hit of lots of likes and shares on social media. If people on Twitter validate me, then our relationship will mean something. As if it doesn't mean anything already. I was yearning for cute surprises, for the cost of my tyres to be taken care of, for him to make take my car to the car wash and bring it back with a full tank of petrol. Bonga did none of these things and I never brought it up. Then how's he meant to know? He's not a mind reader. None of us are mind readers, ladies. Yes, maybe I'm thinking of things my own wife has complained about that I didn't know. None of us are mind readers. Ladies, just tell us what you want. I mean, the thing is, these aren't even like extreme demands either. You know, it's just like, you know, cute surprises. You know, I'd like for him to have done something, but he obviously doesn't know.
But she seems incredibly materialistic here.
Yeah,
she doesn't seem to care about this guy at all.
Yeah,
at least from what I'm just reading, which is just, I'd like to have loads of materialistic things, and he's not rich, and therefore he sucks.
Yeah. But the thing is, she in this article, she's framing the things are good, right? Things are good. She's in a happy relationship. They're not starving or anything. They're doing fine. It's just she wants the high life, and he's not earning enough to give her that. And so she's good. It's good, but not good enough. So she's just like yearning, right? I started meeting men who are always willing to do these things for me in a heartbeat. At first, I wouldn't entertain them, but as time progressed, I discovered how accessible they were. I thought it was harmless fun, but it made me compare Bonga to them, which was quite unfair. I decided to break up with him because he wasn't offering me what I wanted, and I didn't want to continue comparing him to other men. It was also a way of setting myself free.
No, you said Bonga free. Bonga's a free man now. He doesn't have to deal with you. Fuck. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't swear. That is awful. Like, I don't know why someone would write this publicly and be like, I look like the good guy. No, you sound terrible to be with. I mean, you're literally like, yeah, I mean, I might get my new husband and he might beat me, but at least he's rich. I mean, it's pathetic.
Yeah, but John just typed his message, Bongo Unchained. Bongo Unchained. But this is the thing, right? So she's going around and she's got options. And so she's like, okay, well, what do I want? I want a materialistic lifestyle because Twitter has made me think that that's the only thing that's really valid.
Well, you're a pathetic person, then.
She is, because the grass is, of course, always greener. But the thing is, why was she letting other men buy her things? Why was she letting this happen? And it's because of a fundamental disequilibrium in her relationship. She's out-earning her boyfriend, and she thinks that's wrong. There's a kind of natural order there that she has violated, and he hasn't sufficiently surpassed, and therefore she's not happy. You know, again, I'm not saying that all times and all places this is always true. I'm just saying it's a general rule of life that the man should be the breadwinner in the relationship, and that's what many women expect. And so if you're not, women, why are you earning more than your men? Or men, why are you with a woman who earns more than you? It's not the way things should be.
It's irritating, because I think your point about, like, that's the ideal can be argued, and I think I agree with, but you picked the worst example. Like, this lady does not make me want to side with her at all. Like this lady makes me want to go. Just nah. Okay, you're cancer. Get out. Like
Sure, but I don't think that she's malevolent. I just think she's a bit self-centered. No, but that's the thing. I don't think she is. But the thing is, I don't think she's very self-aware, and I don't think she's really sat down and thought, okay, in an ideal relationship, who should be where?
My boyfriend's great. He treats me so well, but he doesn't have enough money. Bye-bye. Just leaves.
Yeah, okay, and let's carry on. When I was single, I entertained these men for a while, but settled down with one. He was nice, and we went on vacations together. He would send me money spontaneously, and we would go to the fanciest restaurants for dinner. I was loving the lifestyle, but I was still not fulfilled. There was something missing. I missed the companionship Bonga and I had. I missed our friendship and how vulnerable I was with him, and how he loved me for who I am.
What a surprise. The relationship was more important than he doesn't buy me enough fancy dinners.
But she didn't know that, and she broke it off, and that was the thing. I mean, there was a part in here I think I missed, actually.
Does she have a name in here that she gives?
No, it's a fake name. Oh. She says, when I broke up with him, Bonga, he was shocked and taken aback. He told me I was making the biggest mistake of my life. So out of the blue, she hasn't told him any of this. Out of the blue, she just breaks up with him because he doesn't have enough money, and she's materialistic. It must have been quite the shock for Bonga, poor old guy. But the fact that her life
what did
afterwards...
I do wrong? Nothing. Did she even explain that it's because you're poor?
She doesn't say. She doesn't say that she did, but I imagine that that's pretty much what she did. But the fact that she's single, she dates around for a while, and then finds some rich man, but is like, okay, well, I've got all the material comforts I wanted, but the relationship, and this is something I've been hammering a lot. The true sort of well-being and human content of a life is in your relationships. If you like the people you're around and you have some deep and meaningful connection with that person, a particular connection that you can't get with anyone else, you can have, or you can lack all of the material comforts on earth. But if you're happy with the people around you, you won't be unhappy that you're poor. And if you are insanely rich but have absolutely no connection to any of the people around you, you won't be happy. And that's what she's found. Being a trophy girlfriend is not a fulfilling life. She says, this new relationship is all good materially, but not emotionally. We just didn't connect on a level I wanted us to, and I started to regret my decision. Unfortunately, I'm single now and have lost the love of my life because I was envying people on social media. What glitters isn't always gold.
Get what you deserve.
Yeah.
Drink your wine, live alone. I have no sympathy for this person.
Don't go. You got a vacation to go on, love.
Base Bonga.
Yeah.
He's out there living the high life.
He's probably looking for another woman, yeah. Woman who isn't on Twitter, presumably.
Now that he's had probably, I don't know, like years to evolve as well, he probably earns more money as well.
Yeah, he's probably doing great. And fingers crossed, bros for Bonga. That's hashtag.
I see the chat, it's just like Bonga, Bonga, Bonga.
Yeah, but what did Bonga do wrong?
Bonga didn't do nothing.
Did nothing wrong. It's like his woman went on Twitter and was like, yeah, I do deserve a new house and a new car. It's like, bitch, how about just go and make some tea or something. But yeah, so Bonga was right. She's now single and regretful, and this is a lesson that you ladies should learn well. As she says, what glitters isn't always gold. She gave up the gold in order to have a materialistic life, and that wasn't satisfying. Don't do it. The next one is a kind of another example of how not to live the ideal female life. Because this is an Olympian called Lolo Jones, who posted this for no reason at all to her Instagram. She says, time to life rant. I have options, but for the first time, I'm just really bored with dating. I think after so many times getting my hopes up that I'll meet your person, you just get over it, you give up hope. So it seems that what she's saying is she waited too long to find a husband. Look, I'm no spring chicken. I'm 38 years old, but I'm not at an age where I can pretend like in my 20s, I'm not looking for anything serious, when I was totally wanting to get married at that age. So if you'd wanted to get married in your 20s, why didn't you do it? And let's be clear, she's a very attractive lady. Like there are many, many, many men who would have gone for a woman like this when she was in her 20s.
Olympian?
Well, just look at her. She's an attractive woman.
Oh, God, they're fitness freaks. Anyway.
Okay, yeah, it might be a problem for you, but there are men out there who find fit women attractive.
Can we order Chinese? No. Okay, of course we can't.
She says, now when you talk to the guys at this age, they know most likely you're looking for something serious. They don't even ask. The good news about being this age and talking to other guys my age is that they're usually serious about dating and meeting their match too. What a relief. I'm glad I'm out of my 20s dealing with I just want to have fun guys. But the thing is, everyone comes with a lot of baggage. And, you know, I'm only like 3 years older than her. So I'm well aware that everyone at this age comes with baggage, right? You know, you've had a 20-year adult lifespan, and now you're at the point where it's like, right, okay, what have I accrued? What do I have? Where am I going? And this is the problem that she's facing. She says, it's still, but even still, it's hard to date. It's always the same story, picking between two extremes. One guy's a Christian, one guy is not. One guy's a workaholic, the other is unmotivated. I'm torn between personality or character, looks or morals. And honestly, lately, the dates always want me to travel with them. Coughs, risk global pandemic date, or be a Catwoman for the rest of my life, hard call. Well, I mean, she's at virtually no risk of the global pandemic, so I don't think she needs to worry about that. But I mean, one might suggest that's the social circle she's traveling in, if she can only find guys who are in extremes. But again, maybe it's because all of the guys who were actually sort of, you know, moderate in the middle types have been taken by the other women when they were younger. Don't wait until you're 38 before thinking about settling down. She says, so basically I just have phone calls, I get bored, I feel I'm never going to meet someone in person. Damn it, I'm losing the last prime year of my life to lock down my husband before my face melts.
What?
It's a hell of a way of framing it.
Does she mean she'll get wrinkles?
Yes. Well, yeah, like her face will start sagging and she'll get wrinkles and she'll be an old lady. And that's a good point. Why did you wait to your last year, the prime of your life, to try and secure a husband? I mean, does she think that men aren't like well aware that, you know, in 5-10 years time, she's not going to look nearly as pretty as she does now?
Face melts, as she puts it.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, I don't want to be rude. And
like she was.
Yeah, like she was. I mean, she's a very attractive woman, so it's not like I think that she's got like zero options or anything. But obviously she's still got standards that she's prepared to adhere to. And so it's yeah, she says, I swear COVID gave me 10 extra grey hairs, really not helping the cause to lock someone down before I get old. Well, you're going to have to be less picky, I suppose. But again, ladies, don't wait until your very final year of your sort of youth in order to try and get a husband. It just seems like that's unlikely, and you're really cutting things a bit fine. Secure your future when you're actually in your prime, and maybe you don't find yourself with extremist guys who are either extremely this or extremely that. Maybe you find yourself with that moderate guy that you like. But anyway, so she says at the end, sort of, you know, cats are not so bad, and it's like, well, that's lucky. And there was an article written about this, which is interesting because she was speaking about this in another time and place, and she said that she was a virgin at the age of 37 because she was saving herself for marriage. And she had said that this candidness was a mistake because it killed all of her dates after that. So, like, if she told a date that, oh, well, yeah, I'm a virgin, I'm saving myself for marriage, it's like, okay, I don't think so. You know, I was hoping to get some, you know. And so she's, I hate to say it, made a bunch of poor choices when it comes to the realm of dating. Now, this isn't just the end of her life, of course, but it seems to be the end of her youth. But the thing is, what's she done for the last 20 years then? Well, I mean, her Wikipedia bio is quite impressive, to be honest. It's a lot better than mine. She's been a fantastic Olympian for the last 20 years. And if you scroll up, John, you can see the medals she's won. Scroll right to the top of the page. There we go. So she's got gold in Valencia, gold in Doha, gold in Stuttgart, gold in Costa Rica, gold in St. Moritz, gold in Altenburg, of the various period of like 20 odd years. She's been a professional athlete this whole time. And so that's what she spent her prime years on, and she succeeded. She's clearly, you know, one of the best in her field. The problem is, this isn't what she wants now. It turned out that she gets to nearly 40 and she's like, okay, but where's my family? Where's my husband and kids? I'm not happy with this. I'm going to end up being a Catwoman. I need to rant and rave about this on my Instagram because, I mean, who else am I going to tell? Like, I need that validation from social media. So, ladies, just be aware. Just be aware that these stories exist. This has happened to your peers. And if you make the wrong decisions, it might happen to you as well. If you enjoyed this segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can watch the full broadcast live every weekday at 1 PM UK time on lotuseaters.com.